Hey everybody. So everybody likes to be entertained, and it seems a lot of people love watching these videos with these chicks shaking their ass, shaking their titties. So are you familiar with MK Ultra and sex beta kitten programming, or MK Ultra monarch programming? I could break down hundreds and hundreds of programs. See, I've done my research, plus I've lived through it. So, there's this thing called the FIOA, the Freedom of Information Act, where you could look stuff up and learn and educate yourself. It pisses me off watching people, these men who just use these women as a quick nut, not realizing the abuse and the grooming and how these people are generally sold off into the industry. See, I know because I come from the industry and I lived a modified version of it. And I was groomed myself at a very young age, my whole life. I'll come back to that. But let's just say I have firsthand knowledge of how grooming works. I was groomed from a very young age with all the wrong shit, all of the wrong stuff. You see, I wasn't brought up in the normal, typical style. No, that'd be too easy. But, I watch these people exploit these women. I watch these men just look at these women like they're nothing. And then I watch these women sell a piece of their body, basically a piece of their soul off when they do this. See, I was fortunate in the entertainment industry in that I kept all my stuff pretty professional. I didn't give up rights to my contracts, except for one. One contract I gave up exclusive rights on, but it wasn't anything I was really worried about. But, people, are they having a party? I want to be over here. This is where I need to be. I want to be there. There's joy. See, I love my Hispanic people. They're joyous, and they will take you in and love you like their own. They don't even have to know you, and they'll take you in. Well, unless you're my family. That's a little different. But you know what? I'm not going to get passive aggressive because of the things that were done to me in my life. What I'm going to try to do instead is be mature, get over my hurts and my angers, and take control of my own self and my own life. Because although I may have been groomed, although I may have been put through a lot of shit, really fucked up as a child, my introduction to sex wasn't nice. It was not my choice. As a survivor of a lot of ritual abuse in many, many areas, it's hard for me to stay quiet sometimes. I really just want to fucking speak up. But I know that there's a cost to that. You see, because if I speak up, then I got to hear this shit around. And so it's like that doesn't really do any good either. So I have to think of, well, what helps? Going inside myself and fixing what's wrong within myself helps. Because I could look at these outside people and see how they're being affected and how they're giving in to the programming and deciding to whore themselves out. That's their choice. They chose to go with that program. I have to move forward. I choose not to operate in any of those programs. You see, people don't do their research. Like with entertainment, when television first started, what was it for? Look it up, people. Just like people don't realize, gosh, there's just so much. the fakeness of it all, and how entertainers are often used by the government, the feds, the CIA, the alphabet boys, all of them, for covert missions, agents, controlled opposition, mind control, programming, predictive programming. How do you train somebody something? Repetition. You continue a cycle, a repetition. And then what happens is you become used to that repetition and you start falling into that cycle. That's not always a good thing. You know, just like with television, and people think that cartoons are great, not realizing that in between those snaps per second of what we can see with our naked eye, they have purposely inserted subliminal messages, words, pictures, and many other things. See, and although that doesn't stick in your conscious mind, it is in your subconscious mind. It's still in there. So later on, that memory of what you don't know you've seen, but that you did, is going to be triggered by a future event planned to trigger you into a particular response. You see, there's algorithms in this matrix. And luckily, I could read enough of the numbers, see enough of the fractals, and have enough knowledge to know a bit of this fakeness that's going on and how to avoid it. Although we can't totally avoid it, because everything's a program in life. You know, but it's which one do you plan on following? What's your soul intent? Your soul, your spirit, your soul's intent. You know, everything lies in that intent in there. You know, I mean, if you're putting out evil, you're going to get evil back. It's cause and effect. God's going to, you know, judge you for that. You know, or Toth. Cause and effect, emerald tablets. I mean, we could take it any which way you want, but everything has a reaction, right? Damn, just like I dropped this and damn, oh well, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm rambling. I'm out on a walk. I'm just irritated. I love the entertainment industry, and I've met so many great people in the entertainment industry. But there's also the darker side. I have to say my family's done me dirtier than any of the entertainers I know. But that's a whole nother subject. To speak or not to speak, that is the question.